Hi, I'm Lisa and welcome to my channel, The Southern Seamstress. If you're new here, thanks so much for dropping by, and if you're a regular viewer, welcome back. So I'm filming this video the Sunday before Christmas, but by the time you see it, Christmas will have come and gone. So if you celebrate Christmas, I hope it was very merry and bright, and that you were able to spend it with some friends or family. Last year I released a video sharing all the handmade gifts I had made for Christmas. And that video was my most popular video of all the ones that I've done. So I thought I would share what I've made this year for Christmas. So I just finished up all my gifts last night, so it was about 4 days before Christmas. So I felt like I did well getting them done in a timely manner. Most of these gifts I've shared in my gift idea videos that I did throughout the year. There is one pattern that I haven't shared yet, and I'm going to save it towards the end of the video. So the gifts I made this year were for my 2 sisters, my 2 daughters, and a couple of nieces and a couple of grandnieces. Now for the men in my family, I will usually bake them some special treats, so they do get something that's homemade. The first item that I started sewing for Christmas this year was this oversized hot pad. I've shared it before in a kitchen gift idea video. I used the pattern by Deb's Day. I really like this oversized hot pad. I had made myself one last year. So this certain hot pad is for one of my sisters. They both love plants, but one of them has probably more plants than the other. And I bought this fabric. It's just a cotton poplin from Spoonflower Fabrics. Now, if you've watched many of my videos, you'll know that I'm quite a fan of Spoonflower Fabrics. Now, they are more pricey than if you go to like Hobby Lobby or Walmart or Joann's or somewhere like that. So I don't use their fabrics for all my projects, but if I really want to customize a gift for someone, I will search on the Spoonflower website for a design that I think they will like. Now, Spoonflower has over, I think, 10,000 different designs. If you haven't been on their website. And when I first came across them a couple years ago, I think they had about 20 different types of fabrics that they printed on. But in the last year or so, they've added quite a few more fabric types. I think they have about 30 now. So this is their cotton poplin that I used for this hot pad. And the design is called Chef's Aromatic Herb Garden by Unique Studio. Now, I think this designer is probably my favorite on Spoonflower because I've ordered several different prints of hers. She has a lot of different prints that have birds in them, and I really like birds. I first saw this design on Instagram, and she was featuring it in a post, and I thought I really love this design. Now, to kind of cut down on the cost of the hot pad, the fabric I use for the backing is just some I got from Hobby Lobby. I think Michael's also carries this certain print because I think I've got it from both. And in my hot pad, I use 1 layer of Insul Bright and 1 layer of cotton batting. So I think that gives it a nice thickness. You can hear it kind of crinkling from the Insul Bright. This one is for one of my sisters, and then I made her 2 matching pot holders. So I use sort of the same technique for the pot holder as the hot pad. I just make it an 8 by 8 square on the front, and my backing is a 10 by 10 square. So the binding is a little bit narrower on these, and sometimes I make the quilting lines a little closer together. So my sister's going to get the hot pad, and then she'll get 2 matching pot holders. And I did several of these. I also did a hot pad and matching pot holders for my other sister and for my 2 daughters and for my stepmother. So another print I got on Spoonflower is this super cute dog print. It's also by the same designer, and she has this in different size prints. I think this is the medium one. She also had the other one in different sizes, scales, and that the plant one you saw was the smaller scale. So I thought this was super cute. So here's the 2 matching pot holders. I love these. I wanted to make me some, but I think I ran out of fabric. So I have done 2 of these hot pads in this print in the pot holders. So my sister's getting one, and then one of my daughters is getting the other set. Now for my other daughter, I did a hot pad in this really bright kind of modern print. Now this fabric is from Minerva and it's a cotton poplin also. It actually came in two colorways and this is the other one with the white background. So I'm probably giving her the one with the teal green background. And then this one is just going to be an extra one in case I need it for a gift later. The backing fabric is also from Minerva. So I really like that gray, black, and white print with this colorful print on the front. I thought that went well together. So I also made them matching pot holders. So for my stepmother, I made hers using more traditional type print. So it's this yellow and blue. And this fabric is from Hobby Lobby. So this is the front. I think this is a really sweet print. And then it's kind of a splotchy blue background. And then that's how the pot holder looks. So to go along with the hot pad and pot holder set, I also made them some kind of kitchen scrubbies or reusable sponges. I think the pattern I had featured when I made these before was by Hello Sewing. So these reusable sponges are made out of quilter's cotton, some toweling fabric, and then some netting that I got off of Amazon. And inside they have 2 layers of the cotton batting. Now I had only bought like a yard of the potted plant fabric and the dog fabric. So for these I just used the backing fabric. I didn't use the cute print because they're just going to be getting dirty and scrubbed on. Now I had a lot of this fabric, so like I used it. Now I do have a confession. I did slightly mess up on these. I had made quite a few of these in the past, and so I felt like I didn't really need to revisit the pattern. And so when I was putting the layers together, I actually didn't put the layers together quite like my original ones that I made. For some reason, I decided to put the quilter's cotton on one outside, and then I put the toweling with the netting over it on the other side. But actually, it's supposed to be the toweling on one side, and then the quilter's cotton is supposed to be under the netting. But I was batch sewing these one night. I think I made like 12 of them, and I was trying to just go as fast as I can, to tell the truth. Get these things done in one night. So by the time I realized what I'd done, I'd already made them all. Now if I'd only made like a couple, I probably would have redone some for the gift and just kept these. But with 12, I thought, no way am I going to redo all these. And they are definitely very usable like this. It's just that the quilter's cotton side is not quite as scrubbable as the toweling would have been. But this side is definitely probably more scrubbable because it's got that toweling underneath the net. So they are very usable. And because I've never given these as gifts before, you know, the people that get them won't even realize that they're different than the original ones I made. So the next gift item I made is a book sleeve slash iPad case. So I made it large enough so that they could put a fairly large book in it, or a couple of smaller books, or an iPad that actually has a hard case on it. So the first 2 I made that are alike are out of this same potted plant, or the herbs designed off of Spoonflower, but this is a larger print of it. And this is printed on Spoonflower's lightweight twill, which is a little sturdier than just the cotton poplin. So I kind of went by the video tutorial that Pin Cut Sew does, but I did quilt my pieces. Now I think for her she just uses some regular interfacing, iron-on interfacing, maybe a medium weight. For this one I used a lightweight fusible fleece, and it is pretty lightweight, but it does give it some padding. So I quilted it, the pocket piece and the front and back. Now on Pin Cut Sew's tutorial, I think she offers 3 different sizes, and this size is slightly larger, I think, than her largest size. So I cut my pieces almost 10 inches across. I think it was 9.75 inches across. And then the body is cut 12.5 inches tall. And then my pocket is 9.5 inches tall. and I did 3/8" seam allowances. And then the lining is cut the same as the outside. Now I think I did probably add maybe 1/4 of an inch around the outer pieces, just because they kind of draw up just a little bit when they're quilted. So I probably cut the outer pieces about 10 inches across, and then the lining about 9.75 inches across. But I think this is just a really cute book or iPad sleeve. So it's got this nice roomy pocket on the front where you can put a notebook or another book or whatever. And then I used a metal snap from Cam Snap. Now you could use, like, I guess the plastic ones, but since this is fairly thick and I want it to be extra sturdy, I used a metal snap. And then for the loop, I just used a orange hair tie, and then I just found a fairly good sized button that I had in my stash. And then I always put my button on the opposite side, so that if I've got something sticking up here, then the button doesn't interfere and hit it. But nice and roomy on the inside. So I made 2 in this fabric, and the sister that's getting the matching hot pad is getting one of these. And then one of my nieces who really likes plants, I made her one, and she lives in an apartment while she's going to school, so I had also made her a couple of matching pot holders. So she'll get the book sleeve and 2 of the pot holders. Now here's the cute dog print. And so my other sister will get one of these, and then one of my daughters is getting the other one. Now for this one, this was all cotton poplin and quilter's cotton, so a little thinner. So I decided to give it a little bit more thickness. I would just use a layer of cotton batting, just like you would use like in a lightweight quilt. And I really like how it turned out. I thought it would be pretty bulky sewing it, but it wasn't really. Now I did use a walking foot making these and the hot pads and the pot holders. Now I did also round the bottom of my corners because I just think it gives a nicer look, and it's sometimes if it's bulky and you have a sharp corner, it's really hard to get a nice point to it. So I like how these curved bottoms look. So put some more metal snaps on those, and then here's a pretty little gray button I put on this one, and a hair tie, and then this one has kind of a grayish white button. So that was 2, and then I made one more iPad case book sleeve, and this is for my other daughter. She really likes mushroom prints. So I had found this mushroom canvas, lightweight canvas at Hobby Lobby. Now last year I had made a really cute tote bag out of this print, and one of my daughters, not the one that was getting it, but the other one, had seen it or saw the scraps from the fabric, I think, and she said, oh, you know, my sister really likes this sort of print. You should make her something out of it. So that's why I made hers out of this print this year. So this is a cotton canvas from Hobby Lobby, and then this is just, I think, some more fabric from Hobby Lobby. That's just a quilter's cotton. Now I also used the cotton batting on this one too, and I think between the fusible fleece and the cotton batting for an iPad case, I would recommend the cotton batting because it's just got a little bit more thickness. Now if they're just using it for a book sleeve, you could actually use just regular interfacing or the fusible fleece or the batting, because it doesn't need quite as much protection. And then here's the button on the back. So I think all these turned out really cute. I'm really happy with how they came out. And I think the people I'm giving them to will really like them. Now I have another niece who doesn't read a lot, and I don't think she has an iPad. She usually just looks at videos with her phone. But one thing that she really likes is cats. And in particular, she really likes Hello Kitty. Now, if you saw my Christmas gift video from last year, I had made several bags or purses for my sisters and nieces. And the one I had made for this particular niece was made out of a really cute, bright colored cat fabric. And she told me several times that she really loved that bag. And I saw her wearing it several times when she came over to the house. So that made me feel really good that I had picked out a fabric that she really loved. So since she didn't really need a book sleeve or iPad case, I decided to make her some pillowcases. So last year I had made my kids all a set of pillowcases, and they all like them. So I used the same pattern this year, and this is called the Burrito style pillowcase. And I went by a YouTube video by Stacy Lee Creative. So making this pillowcase, you take 3 different fabrics and put them together. So I got this really cute Hello Kitty fabric, and it's also got some other cute characters from Michael's online. I ordered it. The fabric for the cuff is also from Michael's, and I think it goes well with the Hello Kitty. And the screen strip is, I think, is the same green that I used on the book sleeves and the hot pad binding. Now, I think I did my dimensions a little bit different than Stacy Lee did. Hers might have been for maybe a queen size pillowcase. This one is actually fits a standard pillowcase. I think mine came out to about 31.5 inches long across here. And then from side to side, it's about 20 inches, so about 40 inches all the way around. Of course, you can adjust your dimensions to make it fit any size pillow that you want. You can even adjust how wide the cuff area is. I think she has a little bit deeper cuff area at the end. So it's just kind of a personal preference thing. But I really like how this pillowcase is constructed, because if you've made a Burrito pillowcase, the way you make it, I'm not going to go into great details, but it leaves all the inside seams finished out. So the main seams going down and across the bottom are a French seam. So there's no raw edges in here, and then there's no raw edges inside the top. So it makes a really nice, neat, clean finish. So I wanted to make that niece a little something else to go with the pillowcases. She lives at home, so she really didn't need any kitchen items. So what I made her to go with the pillowcases is a cute little trapezoid zipper pouch by Sewing Times. I think this little pouch is so cute. Now this fabric I saw at Hobby Lobby the last time I was in there, and I thought of my niece when I saw it. So it's just a quilter's cotton type fabric, and it's got these cute little cats on it, and it says like meow, and they're really brightly colored. Now this and all the other patterns that I've mentioned in this video are all free patterns. You don't have to purchase any of them. So it has all the instructions on the blog or website that I'll link in the description below the video. Now this pouch is pretty easy to make. The instructions online are really easy to follow, and you're basically just cutting out rectangles for the outer fabric and the inner fabric, and I just put this cute kind of coordinating dotted fabric for the inside, and then it's got little tabs that you make on the ends that you just kind of helps you hold it while you're zipping it up. And then it's got this little tab on top that holds this little swivel snap hook. So what I was thinking there was that she could clip this to like a backpack or a purse, and then on the inside you could keep some little snacks, or you know, like your chapstick or lip gloss, or just some little items that you want to get to quickly, or some keys. Now this little pouch calls for some medium weight interfacing. My interfacing was probably kind of between a lightweight and medium weight. So mine's not real stiff, but you could make it stiffer if you used a heavier weight interfacing. But like I said, the instructions are fairly easy. I used a number 5 zipper tape for the top. She doesn't really say the size of the zipper tape, but with the seam allowances she was using, it would had to have been like a number 5. But I think you could easily adjust, you know, your seam allowances and use a number 3, or even use like just a regular zipper like you'd get at Walmart or Hobby Lobby. But the zipper's very easy to put in. Now the only thing I changed from what she was doing on hers was on these little strips, she was just folding the raw edges in on both sides to meet in the middle, and she wasn't finishing out that edge. And that would probably be fine, you know, unless you were just like having to wash the pouch often, and then I felt like the edges might fray. So what I did was I added like a 1/2 inch to the width and just did a 1/4 inch seam, making a little tube, and then I turned the little tube, and then I just put the seam on the center back of the strip and then top stitch the edge. So that way all my little tabs don't have any raw edges exposed. Now these little swivel hooks, I just got these off of Amazon. I think I got like 10 in a package. They're fairly inexpensive, but they seem really well made. So I really like those. Now I like this pattern so much that I decided to make a couple more for a couple of my grandnieces. So when I was at Hobby Lobby and saw the cat fabric, I also saw this cute owl fabric. And I thought it would be the perfect design to make a little pouch with. So I've made 2 of the pouches with this little owl print. Now my 2 great nieces are both still in school, so I know they'll be wearing backpacks, so I thought they could, you know, clip these to their backpacks. You could probably also clip them to a belt loop on your jeans if you wanted to. So my 2 great nieces are each going to get one of these, and I bought like some chapstick lip gloss and some nail polish that I'm going to put inside of these. They both have long hair, so I thought I would also make them each a little scrunchie. So I wanted to just use some scraps that I had, and I want it to be sort of a silky type fabric, but I hadn't really made a lot of clothing with the silky type fabric. But I remembered I had a small scrap left from a seam work top I had made towards the end of the summer. It was the Rami top, and I had made it out of this cute floral. It was a rayon chelly. So it's soft and silky. So I had just enough of it left to make 2 scrunchies. Now there are a lot of YouTube videos out there on how to do hair scrunchies, so I kind of just looked over some of those. And the method I chose, I think they refer to as the burrito style, just like the pillowcase, but it's with the scrunchie. And I'll try to link that video below, but it's just very simple to make these. So I tried to make them kind of long enough that they could wrap it twice around their hair. So I think these will be really cute in the summer. They both have blonde hair, and I think this will look pretty against their hair and looks really summery. And I love the colors in them. So they are going to get the zipper pouch with the scrunchie, and also I had quite a bit of yarn on hand, so I made those girls each a cute little cap on my Addi machine. Now I love the colors in this yarn. It's just some yarn I got from Michael's that's called Impeccable Stripes, and it has it in different colorways. This is the one that's got different shades of pink and raspberry, and I think it's just stripes really well. And these are doubled layers, so they can reverse them if they like the stripe pattern better on the other side. So they will also get a cap with their pouches and their scrunchies. So that was the last of my gift items. So I hope you enjoyed seeing everything that I made for Christmas this year. And if you did enjoy the video, I would love for you to give me a thumbs up. And I'd also like to thank everyone for watching my videos this year and just being so supportive of my channel. I really do appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a healthy and happy new year. And if you haven't subscribed already, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. So until I see you in my next video, take care and happy sewing.